I'm Allison Rodriguez, winemaker at Silverado Vineyards in Napa Valley. Here at Silverado Vineyards, we work with 100% estate fruit from some of the most iconic vineyards in the valley and some of the best AVAs, including Stag's Leap, Carneros, Yountville, and Coombsville. When it comes to winemaking, quite simply, I just fell in love with the art and the science of winemaking. The winemaker's art is really painting a portrait of a place. It captures the sunrises and the sunsets. It captures the cool evening breezes coming up the river. It captures all those wonderfully cool nights that help us hang on to those incredible flavors and aromas. Let's talk about what makes our terroir here at Silverado Vineyards so spectacular. All 5 of our estate vineyards are located in the southern half of the county. What this means is we not only get the incredible warmth that Napa Valley is renowned for, but because of our location close to the river valley, we get that cooling ocean breeze that cools off our vines and allows them a little bit of respite each night. Terroir is not just about our climate, though. It's also about our soils. And our soils here in Stag's Leap are incredible. A beautiful mix of gravelly loam. On the other hand, our Coombsville vineyard has incredible soils. Our Mount George vineyard is actually growing on the inside of an extinct volcano. This helps build flavor, it helps build aroma, and it also helps us hang on to all that great natural acidity that we're growing in our own estate vineyards. That balance that's created in our vineyards translates into balanced, beautiful, fresh, and inspiring wines. Harvest is a really exciting time of year. It's really the first chance a winemaker gets to see of a new vintage being born, and it's amazing. I'm always thinking about our vineyards, about the topography, about the land, about the slope, and where I'm going to find my ripest grapes first, and where my different blocks are going to ripen last, so that I can sort of plan our way through each of our estate vineyards. When it comes down to the actual decision to pick, which is without question the most critical decision any winemaker faces, I'm really looking for how soft are those skin tannins? How is the color extracting? Have we really reached that pinnacle of deep, dark, rich, velvety tannin that we're looking for in our wines? Fermentation is where all the magic happens. It ensures that those incredible aromas and flavors we've spent so much time growing in our vineyards actually reaches you in your glass. When I approach our white fermentation, like our single vineyard estate Miller Ranch Sauvignon Blanc, I'm really focused on ensuring we have a cold, long fermentation. A cold and long fermentation actually progresses more slowly. That means we hang on to more citrus flavors, more melon, more incredible tropical notes as well. One of the main goals on a red wine fermentation, on the other hand, is to ensure that you coax all the color in addition to all of the flavor out of your incredible Cabernet Sauvignon or Merlot. So I have our wines undergo a long cold soak for about 5 to 6 days before I start fermentation. This allows us to build intense color and amazing aromas in our fermentation that we're able to capture by the time we actually let the yeast take over to do its job. Barrels play a really important role in my winemaking. I'm looking for barrels that will soften our big, bold tannins. I'm looking for barrels that will lengthen and heighten the wonderful fruit profile that we spend so much time building in our vineyards. I tend to choose French oak barrels. That French oak really lends a graceful note of vanilla, a touch of spice, an incredibly soft and lengthening structure and texture to our wines. Blending is where the winemaker's art really comes to the fore, and frankly, it's the most fun. I'm always looking for aromas and flavors, but also textures, and how flavors actually bounce off of each other, how they work with one another. Bringing that texture and structure forward in the palate leads to a wonderful, voluminous, caressing feel on the palate and a very soft and lengthy finish. Flavor, aroma, texture, length, body, weight, and volume are things I consider when I'm blending, and each of them has a role to play in our final wine.